24 years of self-declared independence, and Somaliland has yet to be recognized by the international community as a sovereign state.
We see ourselves as an independent state, a de facto independent state. And I think we have managed to be on our own for the last 24 years. The international community realizes that Somaliland has done well. We have managed to maintain peace and stability. And we do believe that recognition will come very soon.
A small group, they cannot say we are independent state. And you need a referendum, you need a political compromise, you need discussion.
They are our neighbors, and therefore we must try to minimize any problem that will come to us. And therefore we have all agreed in one way or another to help each other. And this time, we will not only help them militarily, we want also to look at areas where we can try to help them on governance, we help them on capacity building, because Kenya is full of human resources.
Welcome to the show as we discuss dilemma over Somaliland. Should the state be allowed to be independent? Would this have a ripple effect that would see other regions in Somalia demand the same? What would be the impact on stability in the Horn of Africa? What would be the impact on Kenya that is reeling from the negative effects of instability in Somalia? But first, the fact sheet. Somaliland lies northwestern Somalia and on the southern coast of the Gulf of Aden. It borders the autonomous Puntland region of Somalia to the east, Djibouti to the northwest, and Ethiopia to the south and west. Its population is estimated at 3.5 million. The capital and largest city is Hargeisa. Somaliland is a former British protectorate which, as the state of Somaliland, united on 1st July 1960 with the former Italian Somalia to form the Somali Republic. In 1988, the Siad Barre regime launched a clampdown against the Somali National Movement and other rebel outfits that were demanding fair share of power and resources. This was among the events that led to the Somali Civil War. After the collapse of the central government in 1991, Somaliland declared self-independence from the rest of Somalia on 18 May of the same year. But the international community only recognizes it as an autonomous state of Somalia. The light blue backdrop in Somali's flag was originally influenced by the flag of the United Nations. This was in recognition of the United Nations' role in Somalia's transition to independence. However, it now officially denotes the sky as well as the Indian Ocean which flanks the country. The 5 points of the star represent the 5 regions in the Horn of Africa that are inhabited by Somali people. That is, the former British Somaliland and Italian Somalia, which together make up Somalia, Djibouti, Ogaden, a region of eastern Ethiopia, and the other star stands for what was known as the Northern Frontier District of Kenya, that is inhabited mainly by Somalis. The dream was to unify Somalis under one administration, so to speak, but that was never realized.
That dream is over. There is no such issue. Somaliland and the 5-star dream and the greater Somalia is over. Djibouti is on its own. The part of Kenya is part of Kenya. The part of Ethiopia is part of Ethiopia. We are also independent. Mogadishu is on its own. And that dream is over, and it will never come back again.
Somalia is basically now divided into 4 regions. First, Central Somalia, that is the seat of the federal government. The other region is Jubaland, that is found in the south, a region that is considered a key buffer zone in the fight against terror. In the north, there is Puntland, and in the northwest, there is Somaliland.
They are our neighbors, and therefore we must try to minimize any problem that will come to us. And therefore we have all agreed in one way or another to help each other. And this time, we will not only help them militarily, we want also to look at areas where we can try to help them on governance, we help them on capacity building, because Kenya is full of human resources.
Following the downfall of Siad Barre in 1991, Somalia did not have a government. It experienced years of anarchy until the year 2012, when the current federal government was formed. While confusion reigned in the south, the Somaliland region that had declared itself independent continued to put its act together.
Somaliland has its own way of conflict management. We have our own indigenous and traditional ways of managing our own conflicts. We have our own Gurti, we have our own parliament, we have our own leaders. And they have managed to put a very strong structure where peace and stability are maintained. We're very happy that we are working together as a team. The Somalilanders, wherever they are at, are cherishing their peace, their stability. And I think we're very happy to see that we are doing things on our own without the support of many actors in the international community.
Central Somalia, whose seat of power is Mogadishu, on the other hand, appears determined to put its act together too, with the international community keen to support its political, economic, and security structures that now form the government.
Somalia, with this federal government, after President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud came in power, Somalia went to agreement with the international community, which was structured. And that was different, the way the international community, they were helping Somalia previously. And this we call a compact or New Deal. And the international community, they help Somalia not only for the financial, even they help for the political, even the advisory for the programs we are developing together. And this is structured what we call every year. You heard through media high-level partners forum, where the Somali government and international community leaders, they meet and to see what we implemented, the plan we had for the last 4 years, and then what we are missing financially or human resource needed to implement that project.
Somaliland celebrates its independence every 18th day of May. During this occasion, the state normally displays its military might. This was the 24th anniversary. Next year will be Silver Jubilee, as Somaliland continues to urge the international community to recognize its self-declared independence.
We have already nominated our ambassador to Kenya. We have written and submitted his credentials to the government of Kenya. We will be having our own office, and we are very confident because they will open their office very soon. The relationship between Kenya and Somaliland is very good, and we are very happy that we have countries like Kenya that are here. There are quite a good number of Kenyans in the country. They're working here, they're living with us, providing a lot of support and development in Somaliland. And there are a lot of Somalilanders in Kenya, and the relationship between the two countries is really excellent.
They've had a liaison office here for a while. I think it was a good thing to have a liaison office because it actually helps provide consular services from people from that part of Somalia. It also helps with ensuring that some of the capacity that is required in Somaliland can be sourced from Kenya. There has been a false impression that has been created indicating that it's only Kenya that's opening liaison offices in parts of Somalia. That's actually not correct. Today in Hargeisa, you have the UN, you have Djibouti, you have Ethiopia, and I think you even have Yemen, right? EU. And EU. So basically, you already have a presence of liaison officers and consulates in Hargeisa. One more, two more will not make a difference. The principle has been established. Yeah. The one thing that we must do, even as we plan to do that, is we must engage with the government of Somalia.
Somaliland claims to be a model of peace and stability. It conducts its own elections. The current president is Ahmed Mohamed Mohamud Silanyo, and the question is, are there any lessons Central Somalia can learn from Somaliland?
We can learn a lot of things, how they organize the elections, how they organize the political party. I think we can learn a lot of them. And we did even some other times. I had possibility to become a chairman of the parliamentary electoral committee. And while we were discussing electoral system, we invited some from Somaliland because we know they are more advanced than us when we are talking about election and political party and how they organize.
Somaliland's parliament has two chambers, the lower and upper chambers. The lower chamber is known as the House of Representatives, while the upper chamber is the House of Elders. It is also known as the Gurti. Each house has 82 members. Members of the House of Elders are elected indirectly by local communities for 6-year terms, while members of the House of Representatives are elected indirectly by the people for 5-year terms. The House of Elders shares power in passing laws with the House of Representatives and also has the role of solving internal conflicts and an exclusive power to extend the terms of the president and representatives under circumstances that make an election impossible. Livestock is the backbone of the region's economy. The region exports millions of animals every year, especially to the Middle East, through the port of Berbera. More on this after the break.